What is going on, everybody? This is Raj from Eastside Rage. Now, I finally checked out that Silent Hill F gameplay. I know it's been weeks, but yeah, finally checked it out, and I guess it's pretty alright. I mean, I do like the environments, graphics, and everything. Attention to detail. It looks beautiful. The town, Hanako is in a Hanako. Forgot her name. Forgot the town's name. Looked it up. It looks beautiful. The enemies designs look sick. They look insane and everything like that. And the puzzles look horrific. It does seem like it somewhat has that Silent Hill look to it or whatever. Just, I get this as a spin-off or whatever and it's a standalone. But yeah, it does have, some of the Silent Hill features. Some people are comparing it to Fatal Frame and stuff. I honestly don't see it. It looks more like Silent Hill to me. But yeah, I would say one thing I do not like about this game is the combat. The animations look good. It's just the way when they hit the enemies, that's the problem or whatever. She'll hit them, there's no response. They'll, stop, then try to hit Hanako, then she'll hit them again, and then they'll fall or whatever. I guess they did that to make it look more scary, but it wasn't, it wasn't all that. The enemy should be responding to it or whatever. And mention, I really don't like that. I mean, hopefully they could add some, the enemies responding to it, but they do have a month to release. Didn't pre-order it yet, but I hope they get that done. But that's really my piece on it or whatever. I think it's alright. Not too crazy over it or whatever. Don't really... crazy or whatever. I mean, it seems like a blend of Silent Hill and something else, not Fatal Frame. However, it's more so, this video is more so what people have to say about it, because just like in my, Silent Hill 2, combat reveal trailer reaction video I made like last year, there can never be, a Silent Hill release without people making really stupid takes. Silent Hill F, it's just that. I mean, whatever. People seem to be making the same mistake with it. Rather, if it's going to be full-on action or, psychological horror. For me, I think it's going to be a nice blend for what we saw or whatever. It wasn't just combat. Yeah, you had her hitting enemies and everything like that. Yeah, but Shinoko, she was exploring the town, doing puzzles or whatever, you heard the lore or whatever and everything like that. You even figure out probably what's going on her, why she's going through guilt and everything like that. I guess she, is probably insecure. She's trying to be different, probably wants to be different. Who knows? I mean, or maybe she did something crazy. Yeah, it is there. It is there. It's not just action, but people think it's that for some reason. Because, I guess because she could dodge very fast and, she was hitting people with this and that. When Silent Hill always had combat in it, and, there's always been a dodge mechanic, okay? That doesn't mean it's not going to be horror. For me, that's ridiculous. This always was in this series and in other games. Well, not in all entries in the series, but in quite a few so far, especially the newer ones. What else? Also, she has this big staff sword or whatever, and they thinking, oh, just because she has that, it's gonna be like Dark Souls. I'm gonna get into a second. She's swinging that shit like a mad woman along with that pipe. No Diddy, bro, but bro, she's swinging that shit like crazy. She's not fucking swinging that shit like Song Mina or fucking Keelik from Soul Calibur. What are you talking about? And the Souls argument makes no sense to me, to be honest. It don't make no solitary sense to me. Okay, because look, a Souls game, they are RPG-like. They're very RPG. They're very RPG-like, you gotta gather resources, you gotta fight, you gotta, level up, you gotta do all that shit and everything like that, and the difficulty is insane. Now, I can see some people are saying, oh, people played the game said, R1, one of the buttons, R1 is for a light attack, R2 is for a heavy attack, and circle is to dodge. A lot of games have that button layout, so I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that shit or whatever. So you can't really, I mean, use that as I guess proof that it's gonna be like a Souls game and everything like that. And not to mention they're saying boss fights provide a difficulty. Newsflash, it's a boss fight. They're supposed to provide difficulty or whatever. If you get up to the boss and you're not that good at the game, you gotta practice or whatever. Because hello, that doesn't mean it's gonna be on the level of Dark Souls bosses or whatever. Like, come on. I think people are just overreacting as usual and just jumping to the weirdest conclusions. Now, I'm not the one that will say, I think my camera is having trouble focusing. Okay. I'm not the one to just automatically say, just consume product, don't ask questions. No, I'm not with that. Okay. I'm not with that. But if you're not making no sense, I'm gonna call you out on that. Regardless if you're a developer or consumer. It don't make no sense to me, bro. Like, come on. Like, just I get, yeah, you seen 20 minutes of footage only. And it wasn't just combat. Maybe it might be, maybe not. And for some reason, Konami and between Bloober team, I think they're behind this to probably improve the combat, because like I said before last year, the combat in Silent Hill games weren't all that, to be honest. I get the game isn't about combat, but they give you a lot of weapons. Eventually you're gonna be expected to use them. Your choice, hit or run or whatever. And well, yeah, and back to the combat, the developers did say it's gonna be a little different, but it's not going to be too far different from the Silent Hill franchise or whatever. Silent Hill franchise or whatever with the combat. And it is a spin-off, so yeah, things are expected to be different. But I'm sure it's going to have that Silent Hill feel or whatever. And some people also think just because doesn't take place in Silent Hill, it's not a Silent Hill game. Okay, listen up. This is where I would say I don't want to sound like an elitist prick at all. Don't. But this is where it comes from with the fake Silent Hill fans. Like, there are games that take place outside of Silent Hill. Like, the Cult doesn't just Cult the Order. They don't just stay in Silent Hill. They go through all parts of the U.S. So what makes you think the Cult of the Curse of Silent Hill, all them demons can't go around the world. The Order, can't spread their practices around the world in that particular universe. Come on, it's magic, and you guys are sitting here trying to tell them how to create their game, what's what, where it should take place, and this is just Fatal Frame or Silent Souls. No, it makes no sense or whatever. Just think or whatever. Now, look, I understand, we're skeptical because, Silent Hill Konami has been acting stupid for the past few years, but let's just let the game come out. I would say let the game come out, watch a YouTube tutorial when it comes out, wait for reception to roll in, try to make a then I guess you can make a judgment call, but right now, it seems pretty okay. I don't see nothing's wrong with it outside of the combat. The combat does look dog shit and everything, but let's not do the same thing we did with Silent Hill 2, because yeah, that was ridiculous. From the people complaining about the combat, saying it's a DEI game. Even to this day, people won't let go of the fact, keep calling it a DEI game, trying to call that when the game has no, woke concepts in it or whatever at all. But it's whatever. But I said my piece and everything. This is Eastside Ray signing out. Keep raging out. I'll catch you on the next stream or video.